Hey guys, if you saw our live yesterday, you know how passionate I am about herbs and how impatient I am to get this gardening season started. So I picked up some organic herbs at the store and we are going to root these in water and change the water every couple days, and in a couple of weeks I'll get them in some dirt and keep them in my windowsill until we can get them in the greenhouse. So let me get these herbs washed up. I have no idea who handled it to package, so we'll wash the herbs and then we'll get ready to get those bottom leaves off. Hello everyone, I got the herbs washed, well, the rosemary for now. Started picking off the bottom sets of leaves, and that is what the roots will come out of. Every couple of days I'll change the water out, and then once those roots get big enough I will put it in a pot of soil and just put it in the windowsill until it gets warm enough to put in the greenhouse and then warm enough to put in the ground. We use a lot of rosemary, thyme, basil, so I want to grow herbs that we use and love the perennial herbs. They come back each year. I don't think I'm going to take the leaves off all of them because we do like dried rosemary as well, so we're gonna show you how we tie a little twine around that and it will just get hung up in here. And can you imagine how good our house will smell? Love fresh herbs. Just did a live on that yesterday. It is something very passionate about. Good to season your food, good for medical purposes. Love fresh herbs. I think that's enough in that little jar. We'll get 3 plants growing. Rosemary will come back each year. I have some in the food forest, so I think I can forage that and start some more plants. I was just being a little impatient and wanted to get some plants in my house. It's going to be a while before we can put things in the ground. So today I'm just going to use some natural cooking twine, whatever you have, a pair of scissors. And we're just going to tie the ends up of these. I don't want my jar to get too overfilled. And this is a good way to dry herbs. Then you can jar it up and use it whenever you'd like. I'm just going to tie a string around the end. That one's going to pop out. I know you are. Go a little further down. I could have taken those leaves off. I probably should have taken some of those leaves off. And with my $3 little pack of herbs, I got 3 plants that are going to root right now that I can get way more off of, plus several that we will hang, dry, and use in our own spices. Using our recipes. Okay, let me get the thyme washed up. So the thyme will be done the same way. I've already got a couple here. I picked the longest ones just because my jars are a little tall. But take off the bottom sets of leaves. We'll get those rooted in there. I will not be hanging because they're kind of small. But it's very easy to take the leaves off. In fact, you can just take the last 3 sets. And I'm just going to swipe my finger down. And we have a thyme starter. It will root in water. Again, I'll change that every couple days. See if we can get a couple more. Maybe this big one in here. Nice. I'll just take off those sets. And the rest of these I will add to dinner tonight or dry out on a paper towel. But now we have some rosemary and some thyme. Let's get our basil washed. So I went ahead and put our chives in a jar. I'm not going to try to root that or anything. We're just going to use that fresh in our meal. I think tonight we're having some cabbage soup, so I'll trim those up. They'll fit a little better in the jar. But we have fresh chives. Going to be in our windowsill. Some of the basil, just pick out the leaf. We'll take that off. Then I can fresh basil. Take off the bottom sets. They're sticking to my fingers. You take off the bottom set of leaves. And I think I'm going to go ahead and take off, just go with one set for now, see what happens. Beautiful. Bringing nature indoors. A little easier. So even though it is February 23rd, 2026, in an RV in northwest Montana, we have fresh herbs growing. We've brought nature indoors. Very healthy. Let's see, we will just take that plant. Some of the basil looks a little rough but usable. I think that's enough in that jar. And we will dry the rest of these leaves, put them in a jar and use as needed. So you're looking at fresh organic chives. We have basil, thyme, and rosemary in northwest Montana. We'll get these rooted and be back with you in a couple of weeks when I go to put them in the dirt or in the soil in a pot, and then maybe some can go in the ground in a few months. So I hope everyone has a great day. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and we will see you guys later.